There's just a few more individuals that I'd like to recognize, the distinguished guests who are joining us today. From the city of South Tucson, Enrique Serna, who's their city manager. Enrique? Also with us today is the Associate Vice President of Community Relations at the University of Arizona, Jaime Gutierrez. We also have a former mayor of the city of South Tucson in our midst, Ed Trejo. Ed, are you here? The President and CEO of San Miguel High School, Leslie Schultz. Leslie. For our keynote address, I'd like to break from the program slightly and take this opportunity to recognize two of our scholarship recipients from San Miguel High School who actually have to leave for their graduation rehearsal in about 5 minutes. So I'll just very briefly introduce to you two of our students, Eden Lopez, who is a business major, a softball player, and the first in her family to attend college, and Maciel Moreno, who's the Hispanic Athlete of the Year for her basketball, and also plans to study nursing. Ladies and gentlemen, the recipients of the Humberto Lopez Amigos de Pima Scholarship, Eden Lopez and Maciel Moreno. I'd like to also direct your attention to our comment cards that are located at each table. Please fill them out as your feedback is extremely important to us. And also, please consider filling one of the envelopes located at your table. Your generous support makes events like this possible, so we really appreciate it. At this time, I have the distinct honor to introduce the Interim Chancellor of Pima Community College, Dr. Suzanne Miles, to give today's keynote address. Dr. Miles has worked at Pima for 26 years, serving as Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor and President of the Community Campus, Dean of Instruction, Dean of Mathematics and Communication, Associate Dean, Department Chair, Educational Program Planner and Coordinator, and Adjunct Faculty Member in Communication. Prior to her time with Pima, Dr. Miles was an admissions advisor at Oakland University in Rochester, Michigan, and also worked in television and radio news for ABC and CBS in Anchorage and Fairbanks, Alaska. Dr. Miles earned a PhD in communication with a minor in higher education administration from the University of Arizona. She also has a master's degree in communication from Arizona State University and a bachelor's of science degree in speech from Northwestern University. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome Dr. Suzanne Miles.
What an absolute pleasure to be here today. There's just something in the room, and it just reinforces what we do. The passion of the students and the excitement in the air is just something that we actually live for as administrators. So thank you, students, for sending off those vibes to us. I'd like to start off by mentioning our generous sponsors, and I want to direct your attention to the easels. I know that maybe you haven't had time, but on your way out, if you might take time, we're going to hear a little bit about our sponsors from the students, but their support of education really is an investment in our future, because the recipients, as you know, will pay back the scholarships many times over. They will further their education, they will convert that education into meaningful employment, and become productive leaders of our communities. So please, a round of applause for our sponsors. Dr. Hank Oyama and Richard Feenbrace deserve special mention, along with Chancellor Robert Jensen. They co-founded Amigos de Pima in 1992. Hank and Richard are longtime friends and supporters of the college, whose contributions to the community go far beyond Pima College. Richard was a longtime Board of Governors member and currently represents, as you know, Ward 5 on the City Council. And Hank was a longtime teacher and PCC administrator whose landmark research led as most of us know, to the passage in 1967 of the Bilingual Education Act by the U.S. Congress. Now, Hank can't be with us, Richard's with us, and Hank's dear wife, Ann, is with us. So please, a round of applause. This is the 5th annual lunch, and it is an appropriate time to acknowledge again the worthy mission of Amigos de Pima to promote academic excellence among Hispanic and Latino students, to provide scholarship support, so look at those envelopes, to develop connections to the business community, to offer mentorship and higher education support. A few facts about this year's recipients. Amigos de Pima will award 15 scholarships, and maybe 20, did I hear? 20, at $1,200 each, $600 in the fall and the spring semesters. In addition, Amigos de Pima's special book scholarship stipend, a $200 award, made possible through the support of longtime executive board member Vicki Marshall in the back of the room there, is given to 5 students. Thank you, Vicki. Among the students receiving awards today, Pima students are always diverse. This year's winners are pursuing an incredibly wide variety of academic interests: engineering, education, performing arts, communication, nursing, social services, and translation and interpretation studies. 2 students will be receiving a scholarship for the 2nd time. Jessica Galvin has a spouse serving in the military. She's pursuing a degree in nursing, has a 4-point GPA, and is a member of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. 7 of the awardees are graduating from high school this month, and there is 1 set of twins, Dario and Danilo Andrade, who are studying engineering. They both have GPAs of better than 3.9. Is an important resource for our past, our present, and certainly our future. Among 200 students have received scholarships through the Hispanic Student Endowment Fund. The endowment fund currently totals $246,000, ensuring that scholarships will be given for many, many years to come. I am so honored to be here. It gives me great pleasure to be here, and congratulations to our dear students.
So this is it. At this time, I'd like to call all recipients of this year's Amigos de Pima scholarships to the stage and have them take their places behind me. Don't be shy. You're all going to have to speak anyway. Before we formally begin, I want to take this opportunity to recognize those distinguished individuals who have made these awards possible. This is a group of eminent leaders and tireless advocates throughout our community who have led a life of service and been champions for the cause of furthering the educational prospects of so many emerging scholars. It is because of their vision, leadership, kindness, compassion, and philanthropy that we as an organization are not only able to thrive, but present these scholarships every year for the last 2 decades. Their biographies, as you know, are located around the room on these easels you see around you. And you will soon hear a little bit more about each of these remarkable individuals from the very recipients of the awards that are named in their honor. But right now, if you are a sponsor of one of these scholarships, or if you are here representing those who could not make it today, or are family members of those who are no longer with us, please stand and be recognized. It is because of you that all of this is possible. On a very special note, I'd like to extend to one of our own members of the Amigos Executive Board, Ann Oyama, our sincerest gratitude and best wishes to her and her husband, Dr. Hank Oyama, who, as many of you know, has experiencing some health complications which have not allowed him to be here today, as he has been every year prior to this. No one has fought harder for the rights of young people to obtain a quality education than he, and we are forever indebted to his service and commitment. And please let him know that we miss him dearly, and we wish him the absolute best as he continues to get stronger. All right, on to the main event. As many of you already know, last year we started a new tradition at our annual luncheon, and we're going to continue with it today. All of our award recipients are going to take the next few moments and briefly introduce each other and themselves to you, while also saying a few words about the sponsors who have made this year's scholarships possible. And I think we're starting with Jaime. Jaime Tadeo.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jaime Tadeo, and I am a proud recipient of the Vicky Marshall Scholarship. This is Amigos de Pima Scholarship, Special Box Stipend Scholarship. This year, in effort to supplement the 14 regular scholarships that Amigos de Pima annually bestows, we have been given the opportunity through a generous donation towards the 5 additional students in small stipends to augment their academic studies. Amigos is grateful for the support of Luncheon Executive Board member Sherry Vicky Marshall for allowing this process to be made possible. The names of the students receiving these stipends are Dario Andrade, Danilo Andrade, Amanda Hieselbeck, Megan Linker, and myself, Jaime Tadeo. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Megan Linker, and I am also, as Jaime said, a proud recipient of the Amigos de Pima Special Book and Stipend Scholarship. Since Macia Moreno and Edek Lopez had to leave early because of their graduation rehearsal, I'm going to talk about their very generous donor, Humberto F. Lopez, because they received that scholarship. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about him. So when Humberto F. Lopez was 12 years old, his father, a successful farmer and rancher in Sonora, Mexico, died unexpectedly. Unfortunately, without leaving a will, it made it impossible for Humberto's mother, Elena, to retain the ranch and family home. Elena and her 6 children moved to Nogales, Arizona to live with their grandmother. To help his mother, Humberto started working by mowing lawns and painting. While attending Nogales High School, he worked picking melons and lemons in Yuma County. Humberto knew that education was the key to his future. He graduated with an Associate of Arts degree in 1967 from Cochise College, and in 1969 he received his BA in accounting from the University of Arizona. His first job was as a CPA at a top accounting firm in Los Angeles, where he developed an expertise in the real estate field. He then launched his own investment company, and in 1975 he teamed with another CPA to begin HSL Properties, which now is the largest apartment owner in southern Arizona and also owns numerous hotels in Tucson. In addition, Humberto is chairman of the board of Paragon Vision Sciences and serves or has served on several boards such as the University of Arizona Foundation, United Way, Catholic Diocese of Tucson, Pinnacle West Corporation, Arizona Public Service, and the Bank of Tucson. And I'd like to introduce our next recipient, who is Dario Andrade.